have like this pain on your chest that feels like something's weighing on your chest. Like it doesn't physically hurt, but it hurts. Like it's the feeling. Like it feels like something, but not like pain. But it's like you can feel it on your chest. And I was telling you that's how I feel. And it's like I don't want to feel like this, but it was like how I was feeling in the moment. And she's like, yeah, that's anxiety. Yeah, welcome to Real Things with Z. If you're new to my channel, my name is Amara, Zamzam, Z, whatever you want to call me. Well, not whatever you want to call me, but yeah. This is my channel. And if you are not new to my channel, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, this is just a little setting, a little space where I just, honestly, I share real things with you guys. My first video actually did surprisingly decent. And you guys kind of like this, so I'm okay. This is something we're gonna do. If you have not seen my other video, go ahead and click that. It will be here, I don't know, somewhere on the screen. And I basically talked about a bunch of different things. Just me kind of basically struggling as a 20-year-old, or in my 20s. But yeah, so this is, I guess you could say, episode 2. And we're just gonna dive deep into it. I think we live in a generation where a lot of people want to please other people, you know, even as Christians. It's like you want to please people, but it's just like, at what cost are you going to please other people? Growing up in high school is a place where you always want to please people, whether it's your friends, whether it's teachers, even schoolwork. Sometimes you want to please certain teachers or certain friends and be like, yeah, like I got this, I'm good at school. But it's just like, maybe deep down you're like, what is going on? Like, what am I doing? I'm a type of person, I do certain things, but I don't know how to pinpoint like what they are. For example, anxiety is a really known thing. A lot of people have anxiety for small things, big things. And I was never really one to have anxiety. I reviewed that right now. I don't have anxiety. But recently there's been areas in my life where I've been very feeling a certain way. And I was talking to my sister about it one morning. And then she told me, she's like, I think what you're talking about is anxiety. And I was just sitting there like, this is what anxiety is. Okay. Very anxious, like have like this pain on your chest that feels like something's weighing on your chest. Like it doesn't physically hurt, but it hurts. Like it's a feeling. Like it feels like something, but not like pain. But it's like you can feel it on your chest. And I was telling you that's how I feel. And it's like I don't want to feel like this, but it was like how I was feeling in the moment. And she's like, yeah, that's anxiety. And I was like, okay. So anyways, but we're not talking about anxiety today. But yeah, I was like, okay. So I realized that there's a lot of things that I go through, or I feel a certain way, but it's like I can't tell you what it is, and I don't think it's what you're telling me, you know? Like people in the past, oh my gosh, like that, like, oh, you're just anxious about this. I was like, no, I'm not, you know? And I try not to claim those things over me, because words are powerful, you know? And like I don't want to claim something negative over me, you know? I want to claim things that are positive, things that are truthful, which it could, in the real world, someone's gonna say that's anxiety or that's that, but you're like, no. And so in the past, I can definitely say I have been a people pleaser before, and in the small things, sometimes pleasing others, I don't want to say it's always bad, but I feel like there could be almost a time where it's, I don't know how to word it, because obviously you don't want to always please people, especially if it's something that's bad, but there's things that are good, and you do want, I guess you could say, the approval of others, you know? I don't think pleasing is always bad. I don't believe it is, because obviously God wants us to please him, and when we please God, it's not something bad, you know? So pleasing is not always bad, but most times people please other people, and it is in the wrong way, and it costs them something. I think for me, just growing up, becoming into an adult now, I guess a young adult, because I'm pretty young still, I feel like I've been trying to please other people, or I have tried to please other people in ways such as school, for sure. Not really high school. I definitely, like, yes, high school, but university as well. You know, because you start university, you may not know a lot of people, and so you're trying to like figure out things, and you maybe meet a group of people, and you're just like, you want to kind of fit in, you know what, I'm just realizing this. Pleasing people does have, like, in the wrong way, it does tie in with trying to fit in. I'm not gonna lie though, I don't think I've always ever really been that person to like try to fit in. I do try to be myself. I would say I am myself. But I do know people, like, sometimes the way we behave around other people is not the same with another group of people. But it's not necessarily like you're trying to fit in or trying to switch like your character. It's just you may not say the same things that you would say to me than you would say to your mom. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different things. But pleasing people, like, we need to stop this. We really do, especially this generation. Because pleasing other people now, I feel like this generation, it's always bad things, and it leads you to things that are not good, you know? And I definitely think friends have the friends that you have, or the friends that you make, definitely create a big factor on you pleasing people, or like who you're pleasing, what you're doing to please that person. And as I've grown, as I said, just as an adult and in my walk with Christ, it's like, honestly, I don't really care to please anyone really besides the Lord, you know, besides God. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, people say, I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And in a way, yes, you do what makes you happy to other people. But as a Christian, it's like, I also want to do what pleases God. And so it's like, imagine you have a group of people, for example, gossiping. Y'all, the other day I was at work, literally 2 days ago, and a group of people were there, we were all talking. They were talking about some other people at work. I wasn't really talking, but I was there because I was waiting for my ride. So I'm just gonna sit there and chill with them. But they were talking about someone that I know, and I don't know the person like one-on-one, but I say hi to him, you know, how you're doing, how's whatever, you know, small talk. And in my head I'm thinking, I'm like, y'all talking a certain way about this guy, but then like you act totally different to him, you know? And in the world's point of view, for you, like, you can sometimes be in a situation like that, and you automatically, almost like you're not thinking, I want to please these people here, but you're like, now let me talk so that they can know, they see that I'm like interested in like what's going on. And they were talking, I said a few things, and after I came away from the conversation, and I was just like, that, bro, like, I basically just gossiped, they basically just gossiped. Like, that's what gossiping is. And I was like, whoa, that ain't good at all. I was like, ain't no way, like, no. And so I repented after that, and I was like, Father, forgive me. Like, I do not want to turn into a gossiper. And it's interesting because the things that they say about people, again, I work in a place, like, wherever I work and where I work right now, it's like, yes, I know people, we talk, but I'm never gonna, like, there's no one really there I can say I would connect with that outside of work. Maybe like 2 or 3 people. Most people, like, they don't talk like that. It's just always small talk, how's life, how you doing, oh, you got this much people, like, you know. And so it's like, when they say certain things about those people, I'm sitting there like, I honestly think they're a great person. I don't see what you're talking about, but it's because I'm not really into that. I'm on into gossiping. It's just not me, and it doesn't please God. And so it's just like, as a Christian, any Christian, your main desire should be, God, I want to please you in what I do in life. And that's how my mindset is, you know. And sometimes you can slip up, but it's like, okay, repent, ask the Lord for forgiveness, and turn away from that. And so I'm in my 20s. There's a lot of people that, like, friends you want to please, you know. It could be a significant other in your life, a lover, or whatever you want to call them. But it's just like, at the end of the day, you want to please God, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking of this, especially with relationships. If you have a boyfriend or even a husband, because I know some people here are watching and they're like married. But especially if you're saved, and even if you're not saved, yes, you want to please like someone in a good way, but you don't want to do it to the point where it costs you something that is not right. You know what I don't know if that makes sense. Does that even make any sense? So as a Christian, I think what it comes down to is, who am I pleasing and why am I pleasing them? Because like I said, as a Christian, you should please God. And I know some of you guys here, you're not Christians. You know, you don't really know Jesus. But in your life right now, who are you pleasing and why are you pleasing them? Is it a good type of pleasing, or is it bad? Is it costing you something? Is it costing you something that isn't right? Is it costing you your integrity, your character? Because people do that. They do so much for other people, yet they lose themselves in the process. And it's just like, why? You know, why? Because it's interesting, because the other day I was watching a video. Y'all, this is real talk, so I'm gonna be real. Some of you guys know, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, okay? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Carmen Corey. You know, I don't really watch people like that anymore, because like they don't interest me. But everyone does this, whether you're saved or not. You sometimes will like look up people that you maybe used to like mess with, you used to follow, just to see how their life is going, what's up. So I do that sometimes, just to see where they're at, what's gone. Because it's interesting, I do that. Like, I did that to one of the families I used to watch, and one of the wife in that, the wife of the family, like, she kind of was coming into Christ. Anyways, so it's interesting what you see when you, like, you know, go and find people that you used to follow. But I searched them up, and their situations are very, very messy, you know. And Carmen was talking about how she basically was trying to please Corey, trying to please him, but it cost her basically her character. It cost her things that she used to do. And how, you know, little things. If you watch the video, I'm not recommending you to watch the video, but I'm just saying, she was just basically saying, like, how basically Carmen costed her wanting to please her husband, cost her her character, her integrity, things that she didn't used to do. And it really made me sit there like, wow. Because it's not just a friend, but it could be someone that you genuinely love, even a sibling, you know. And so it's so important on, like, why are you doing what you're doing, who are you doing it for, and what is it costing you? Is it costing you anything? You know what I mean? Because there's also a good side to it, especially with the Lord, with God. It's like, you want to please the Lord. It's going to cost you something. It will. But it's the type of cost that is fulfilling, and it's not a cost that's going to hurt you in the long run. Because the cost that we do unto men, that when we please each other and it costs us something, it always hurts us in the long run, you know? Especially if it's not the right type of pleasing. Like I said, it can hurt you, it can cost your integrity. But with God, it's like, he's never going to do something to us that's going to hurt us in that way when we're doing things for him. Like, obviously, there's, you know, when you please God, there's certain things that it may cost you, you know, friends, this and that, but in the long run, it's like, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Anyways, this is an interesting topic to talk about. I could talk on this topic for a while. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Real Talk with Z, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. You'll follow my socials if you would like. I have Instagram. Crap. Anyways, guys, but yeah, that was it for today's episode. I do want to have a special guest next episode. Stay tuned for that. Let me know what other videos you guys want me to do. Different topics you want me to talk about. Even in real life topics, like I mentioned some people in my video. I don't want to get into much drama because that's just not me. But I want to give my point of view on things. Maybe a biblical point of view, Christian perspective on things. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. I love you. And it's shining from the kingdom, the light.
shine in front of kingdom. It must be the favor.